partners. Assalamu alaikum, this is Abdul Malik Ahmed. Hope you're doing well. I'm here with none other than Musin Cason. You guys know him as the Muslim Boxer, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm so happy to be here at ICNA. Beautiful day. You know, you are an inspiration for a lot of people. You know, you have an amazing talent. You know, you're athletic. You know, you got, what are you now, 12 and
0.
12 and 0. You have an amazing social media account. So you got the music, you do the parodies, you got the humor, and you're a father, and you got a lot going. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. So I guess my first question to you is, where do you get your inspiration? You know, when did you decide to kind of move into the direction of Muslim Boxer? You know, Muslim media, that type of thing.
So, it's crazy because it's always a reason why Allah puts you in these situations, and I believe it's really was for me to get closer to Him. And in 2020, for the COVID, I was trying to figure out how I could come into the realm of social media because I knew that's where boxing was going. From Floyd Mayweather to Jake Paul to Logan Paul to KSI, I was in sparring camps with them, and I was trying to figure out why their first pro debut purse was over $1 million and mine was $500. And I saw what they were doing, so I said, I need to create that. But I also need to be Muslim because I can't sell my soul for some money. Right. So I said I can create Muslim comedy. And so I started creating these Muslim, you know, skits, and I started kind of like backing it off of, well, whatever they do, I can do it as a Muslim. I can do it in a Muslim way, in an Islamic way, where it's not vulgar, no cursing, and no profanity, and so we can make sure that I still represent Islam in the right way.
Yeah. And it's still entertaining.
Absolutely. Yeah. Alhamdulillah. While I was doing that, I started creating the skits, and I was listening to music, and I was like, man, like this music has a lot of cussing in it, or it's really not bringing the right message. Yeah. And my inspiration was you guys. You know, Native Dean. Really? I'm looking at you guys, and I'm like, man, they were so entertaining when I was a kid, but these younger kids, you know, of course, this is a new generation of kids. They're not on CDs and things like that, like I was. So we need to upgrade the music, upgrade the little remixes. Yeah. Of course, I'm not doing it as big as you guys, but what I wanted to do is just show kids, like, it's okay to be cool but still be Muslim. It's okay to want to be everything you can be and still be Muslim and still represent Islam. And I always take it back to Khadija radiallahu anha, and I take it back to Abu Bakr. If they were modern day people today, Khadija would have a Maybach, Mercedes. She would have her own businesses. She would probably have a driver. You know, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu be driving a Mercedes. You know what I mean? Because he had money as well. And he was wealthy. He would be doing his own thing. And the Prophet ﷺ, I'm pretty sure he be driving in a nice Tesla or so, like something that was
something that was eco-friendly, but
something eco-friendly that he knew, because clearly the angels would be telling him if his car was messing it up or anything. But you know, but alhamdulillah, Allah blessed me with a very creative mind and ADD, and what I did was use that energy to do something positive. So the fact that I'm always thinking about something funny or something in my head, I said, well, let me just put it to use and try to do it. And at first, it was because of my boxing. I only did it for money. And then when I started realizing that I was inspiring other people to stay Muslim and be proud to be Muslim, that's when I kind of embraced into myself as becoming the Muslim Boxer and staying the Muslim Boxer. So now I don't do it for boxing. And boxing, if a doctor told me I had to stop boxing tomorrow, I still would be the Muslim Boxer, because I think it entails more than just boxing. It entails just trying to just strive to be successful without leaving the akhirah without leaving away the akhirah.
Yeah.
We invest in all this money in order to make sure we invest in school, we invest in everything to make sure that we can get our houses and our doctorate degrees, but we also have to always make sure that we are getting Jannah.
Yeah, yeah.
And that long stay in the grave.
And you have an amazing ability. I don't know. You said it's ADD, but it seems like you also are Hafiz of Quran. Alhamdulillah. And that I remember watching something where you were going over an interview where you're talking about just the discipline that it takes to do that. You know, do you think that you think it's an inspiration for young Muslims who maybe are trying to be Hafiz, and then they see, oh, the Muslim boxer, he did it, and then it translated to all these other parts of his life. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. The closer I got to Quran, the more success I had. The closer and the more unapologetic I was about being Muslim, the better and the more successful I was. So when it comes to the Quran, all my discipline comes from reciting the Quran, getting up for Fajr at a certain time and making sure I read my Quran before Fajr. Making sure I understand where the Quran comes from. Right. Because it's not just reading the Quran, it's where it comes from, how it started. Yeah. You know, was it written on this book? Where did this book come from? You know, who recited it? Yeah. How was it narrated? And how was it cherished? And so I take that into my boxing. I take that into my social media. I take it into account of where did it come from? Where did social media come from? How it is? And I try to implement excellence in everything that I do. Yeah. And I always am going to make a mistake. Yeah. Because I'm human. But what I try to do is correct it by making sure I acknowledge what I do and I ask Allah to make me better. Yeah.
And your success is obvious because you have I don't know the number, but you got at least 100 something. How many subscribers you have on Instagram alone?
347.
I was way behind. I haven't looked at it. 300. He's got over 250,000 subscribers on Instagram. So you're doing something right. Of course, with that many subscribers and that many people who really, you know, follow you and love what you're doing, you have some haters too, right? Do you have?
You're always gonna have some haters. Yeah. But for me, I don't take haters as getting mad. I take haters as just not understanding. Okay. They didn't understand Muhammad Ali. They didn't understand Malcolm X. And I'm not saying I'm nowhere near them. Yeah. But they didn't understand those people because they were different. Yeah. And they used their platforms to be different. And so people are not going to understand me because I don't go the conventional route of being Muslim. No, I'm not wearing thobes all day. I don't even like wearing thobes all day. I don't. It's not my culture. It's not my culture. Yeah. So what I do is make sure I'm respectable. Yeah. I make sure I walk with respect and I walk as a Muslim. Yeah. But I might do it in a conventional way, and as long as I'm not doing anything committing shirk or blatantly disrespecting our beautiful religion, I go on my.
You're gonna enjoy yourself, right?
And people are going to hate it, misunderstand it, but it's okay.
You're right, you put a point. It's misunderstanding. Like, you know, sometimes if you are just scrolling and you might not understand what they never met you, right? And maybe they're coming from a different country and they don't understand, you know. But knowing your background, knowing that you're a Hafiz of Quran, you're connected to the Deen. You're here at this ICNA convention, connecting. I saw you downstairs connecting with the people, you know, and so I think people have to understand the background and where you're coming from, right?
Yeah, you have to, because when you understand where people came from, you understand why they are the way they are. Just like Abu Bakr, you understood why he was like that, why he was a little softer than Umar. Right. Umar had to bury his daughter. Right. He was a lot tougher and sturdier than Abu Bakr in certain ways. Yeah. And you can't say, oh, he's not a Muslim or he's a bad Muslim because of that. No, it's because of where he come from and how you were brought up. So for me, my Islam was culture. My Islam was everything. So me understanding it and me, you know, really cultivating my Islam with my culture is everything. Yeah.
So what do you think in the future, like in the next year? Do you have any big plans that you want to let the people know about, or what is your trajectory that you're looking
to become world champion, hopefully in the near future, in the next 2 years, inshallah. You know, really get some big fights. Really just cultivate a Muslim unit where we know, like Khabib. I mean, I'm inspired by our brother Khabib and what he's done and how he's been into the sport but never let go of his Islam. And I just want to be in those. I want to walk in those footsteps. I want to walk in those footsteps of Khabib. I want to walk in those footsteps of Muhammad Ali. I want to walk in those footsteps of so many other great fighters who stood for something. And so that's why no matter how people judge me, I don't break. And then I'm from Baltimore, so you know, just being in Baltimore, you know, it's something about it. We just don't back down. Nah. And the more we think you're annoyed by me, the more I'm gonna do it anyway. Cause it's just something about it. It's a fighter in me. It's everything in me. But I truly enjoy it because it has helped me become a better Muslim. It has helped me become a better husband. It's helped me become a better brother, a friend, a son, a nephew, in every aspect of my life. And I'm just getting older, and I'm really appreciating this.
Well, alhamdulillah, you know, we continue to make dua for you. We want you to continue to grow. Hopefully next year you'll have 1 million subscribers. You know. I mean.
But may Allah make my deen better than
that's true.
My subscribers, because I'm only using this to make sure that my grave gets bigger.
Yes. Well, and that goal and that just hearing you say that, I think everybody needs to have that same goal. You know, it's really not about the number of subscribers or how many people you know, like your stuff, but it's really, are you helping people and are you encouraging people? And there's so many Muslims who are leaving the path. Right, so there's you can't half step anymore. You got to come correct, and so you're doing that. And may Allah continue and reward you. And appreciate you taking your time out and you know talking with our audience, inshallah.
Oh man, listen, I'm a fan of his. I've been a fan of theirs, Native Dean, since I was a young kid. I had the Walkman, I had the CD player. You can ask my mom. If you ask my mom what was I listening to, there's not a song you can't play of Native Dean. I think the new ones, that's the only ones I don't know. But there's not a song that I don't know right off the bat. You name it, I'ma rap it. I'ma rap Abdul Malik's part. I'ma rap everybody's part. And I had the squeaky voice with it. 1 billion strong, all day long. Praise to Allah, even in Hong Kong. I'm right there with it. So, man, I appreciate you.
You were at the battle. I didn't realize this, but you were at the Battle of Baltimore at the same time I was competing back in the day.
And I used to watch you. I used to watch
me.
I used to be like, man, I'm trying to be like Abdul Malik.
No.
Well, I literally was like, man, I wish I could be like him. I wish I could be like Abdul Malik and get in that ring.
Oh man, those were the days. Well, inshallah, may Allah reward you, and thank you for the interview. And
Ameen. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.